Hello humans, Allison and Toni here from BlueLion with another HR question of the week. What do we got today, Toni?
Today the question is, do I need to do an exit interview?
Sometimes. Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Yeah.
So when would you want to do an exit interview? If you are letting somebody go, usually the answer is going to be 90% of the time, probably not. If we're letting somebody go because we're downsizing, because there's a shift in ownership of the company, because there's a shift in where the company's going and their position's being dissolved, that would be an appropriate time to do an exit interview. If you're letting someone go for performance reasons, you might not be the best time to do an exit interview.
A lot of times they'll have very negative things to say.
Correct. Yeah. However, if someone's giving their notice and they're choosing to move on from your company, it is a perfectly appropriate and encouraged time to be doing an exit interview. So how would you give an exit interview? What are some different ways?
Yeah, there's definitely a couple ways. One great way is, which is my favorite, is in person. There comes drawbacks to that though, of course, right? So depending on who's doing it, the employee might not always be as honest with the questions that you're asking them, because maybe they feel like there could be some kind of hesitation on their end. If they're too honest, what if they have negative feedback? Is that going to prevent them from maybe getting a good recommendation? Yeah. But if they have a good rapport with you and you feel like you have that availability to really ask the questions, you can deep dive in. We always suggest using an outline of exactly what you want to ask and keeping everything really structured for every employee. But it does help you get a little bit more of that body language. If you're not necessarily comfortable with doing that, or you don't have someone in your team trained, another way to do it is to either send a survey that has the questions in it and they can write it, or a written document that they can email back to you, whatever it may be. I've even seen some people do it a month or so after an employee leaves, because then maybe they feel a little bit more comfortable in their setting to be able to give that honest and true feedback to the company.
Yeah, and I think it's important too that you are being consistent. So you're trying to gain insight into what you can do to make your company a better place to work. So people leave their employment for a number of reasons. Right. Try not to tell yourself as a business owner that it's always somebody else's. They're leaving because they need to move, or their husband got a new job, or it was a different career path they were taking. Make sure that you're open to the feedback. That's also really important. But making sure it's consistent. So you're asking every employee when they leave the same questions so that you're making sure you get back consistent answers. And you can kind of see, maybe it's a department that needs some work on it.
Right.
Maybe it's the culture in the company. And you can really improve your business, because as we know, it is hard to find good help out there. It's hard to find people to work for open positions. So making sure you can retain the ones you have. This is a great tool to help on the retention, to really learn from those that are leaving your business.
Yeah, and the important things to ask are, tell us a little bit about how training went when you started. Tell us about your position. What were some challenges, so that as a manager or whoever's doing the interview, they can also provide that feedback to the next person that's coming in. How can I improve this role for the next person we're hiring for? And asking the person, if they're leaving on good terms, what made you so successful here? Help them help you find their replacement with the kind of skills that that person needs. Great time to ask about compensation, great time to ask about benefits, company culture, just like you said, and checking in on management. Sometimes, especially as companies grow, we lose a little bit of our touch on that. And when we're checking in with good employees upon terminations, it's a good time when they're giving their resignation to make sure that survey is checked in on and we're following through on the feedback that's provided.
Absolutely. So in short, yes, we strongly encourage doing exit interviews. It can be a valuable asset and a tool for your business to help you grow and maintain your employees. Yeah. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so all your friends can be smart like you.